You apologize before anyone's even upset. You say you're fine before anyone asks twice. You handle everything yourself and call it being independent. And sometimes, in a room full of people, you feel like you're watching it all from a step behind glass. None of this feels like a problem. It feels like you, like personality, like just how you are. But some of it isn't personality. It's a set of habits you picked up a long time ago, for a reason you probably don't remember. This is what psychologists call childhood emotional neglect. And it's not about something bad that was done to you, it's about something that quietly wasn't there. You might have been fed, taken to school, had your birthdays remembered, a childhood that looked completely normal from the outside. But if your inner world, what you felt, what scared you, what you needed, mostly went unnoticed, a part of you learned to live around that absence. Nothing dramatic happened, so there's no single moment to point to. You just end up with the habits. If any of this already sounds familiar, you're in the right place. So, if you're ready, let's get into it. If it helps, a like genuinely means a lot. And if it doesn't, tell me why in a comment. That helps just as much. Let's start with the quietest one because it's the easiest to miss. Someone asks how you're doing, and you say, fine, not to hide anything, but because you actually checked and came back with nothing. You can be sad for a whole day and only notice it when you're already lying in bed. Feelings reach you late and a little muffled, like they're happening to someone standing next to you. A child works this out when their emotions are met with a blank face often enough. If naming what you felt never brought comfort or even a response, the link between feeling something and knowing what it is just never fully gets built. You didn't lose your emotions. You learned to stop checking for them. Then there's the apologizing. Someone bumps into you and you're the one who says sorry. You apologize for asking a question, for taking a second too long, for needing anything at all. It's out of your mouth before you've decided to say it. Underneath that reflex is usually a kid who figured out early that their needs landed as an inconvenience. So the safest move was to get small first, to apologize first before anyone had the chance to be annoyed. You're not being polite. You're saying sorry for taking up space. You also do everything yourself. You'll wrestle with something for an hour before it even occurs to you that you could ask. And when someone offers to help, your first instinct is, no, I've got it, even when you really don't. People call this independent. And you've probably worn that word with a bit of pride. But a lot of the time, it started quieter than that, as the lesson that reaching out led nowhere. If asking for help mostly got you a sigh or silence, the brain eventually just removes the button. Needing people stops feeling normal and starts feeling like a risk. That's one of the quieter ways childhood emotional neglect follows you into adulthood. Walking into a room, you've already read it. Who's tense? Who's in a mood? Which version of you is safest here? You pick it up in seconds, without meaning to. From the outside, it can look like you're simply good with people. But this often starts in a home where one person's mood decided how the whole day was going to go. You learn to read faces fast because reading them wrong had a cost. The skill is real. So is how tiring it is to never quite walk into a room as yourself. And it doesn't stop at noticing. When someone close to you goes quiet, you don't just clock it. You assume you caused it and you feel a pull to fix their mood before you've even checked whether anything's actually wrong. Somewhere back there, keeping the people around you okay became your job. Maybe you were the one managing a parent who couldn't manage themselves, the steady one in an unsteady house. So now someone else's bad day quietly becomes your responsibility every single time. Here's the part worth slowing down for. None of these are flaws. Every one of them was smart. A kid doing exactly what they needed to do to feel safe in the world they were handed. The problem was never that you adapted, it's that the adaptation stayed long after the world around you changed. A habit can protect you once and quietly limit you years later. You don't undo this with some big dramatic breakthrough. It's smaller than that. It's pausing for 1 second before an apology that isn't needed. It's letting someone help with the small thing. It's noticing that someone's gone quiet without immediately making it your job to fix. Tiny moments where you show your nervous system that the old rule isn't true anymore. Because you were never too much and you were never too needy. You were a kid whose inner world went unnoticed for a while, and you're allowed to start noticing it now.